Good morning, Top Fan Rivalry listeners. It is Friday morning, and it's a special Friday, Bill. Why is that?
World Series, baby.
Well, no, it's the weekly review. And the World Series does start to.
But your line was, I'm going to Disneyland. What the heck, Jackson? Awesome.
Yes, the World Series does start today at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm very sad. I do not like living on the East Coast for sporting events. It's horrible.
Amen. Amen.
It's
Yes,
horrible. I don't. They're
extra
like
innings.
everyone's home at 8 p.m. I'm like, yo, us working people are asleep at like 9:30. So.
Yeah. Extra innings. What time did it end? 1:45. What do you mean you're going to be late today? Come on, boss.
Well,
You got to understand.
on an unrelated note, everyone's like, "Did you watch the Falcons game on Sunday night?" I'm like, "Yeah, I fell asleep because it started at like 8:30 p.m."
Yep, that works. That works. Oh my gosh, too funny. Well, Jackson, let's pay some bills before we get started. Want
All
to,
right.
as always, want to thank some of our sponsors. First and foremost, I'm going to thank somebody that is near and dear to Jackson's heart. If you are down in the Laguna Beach area, you definitely want to stop by Ruby's on PCH. Go in, walk in, and ask for Ned. Tell him Top Fan Rivalry sent you. Tell him Jackson and Bill sent you. He'll appreciate that more than you know. They got great burgers over there. They got great shakes, got a great view of the
Oh
Pacific
yeah.
Ocean. I mean, it's going to be a little chilly up there, so you're going to need to get your Top Fan Rivalry hoodies. In addition to that, we want to thank another sponsor. We want to thank the Art Gallery. We're going to stay in Laguna Beach. The Art Center Gallery up on PCH in Laguna Beach and also in the Mission Mall. Go and say hi to Todd. Tell Todd that we sent you. Um, so on, so forth. Everything is everything, but we just appreciate those guys allowing us to do what Jackson and I do. They're paying the bills, everybody, so we're excited. Jackson, why don't you break down for people that are new to the show, like new to the show, what the format of this is?
Wait, we have 3 points. I do one, Bill does one. We do that till we use all our points up. Sometimes it's three, sometimes it's five, sometimes it's seven. We don't discuss them
12,
before. We
14.
don't discuss
Ready?
them
Break.
beforehand. So you might see some anger over people stealing each other's points. But yeah, we just have fun with it. We talk some baseball. It's a pretty simple formula.
Yeah, it is pretty simple. It's pretty easy. And then we might do some honorable mentions and we break. It's usually about a 20 to 30-minute show. So enjoy yourself. Jackson and I have been doing it for a while. I know that you guys have seen it before, but if you haven't, listen, if you want to be on the show, especially when we're doing the live ones, let us know. Send an email into info at topfanrivalry.com. That is info at topfanrivalry.com, and we'll get you on the show. Next week, we'll be doing these live, so you'll be able to make some comments in there. It'll be a great opportunity and a great time. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing it a little earlier, though, because of the World Series. Um, that would be game five if it goes that far. So, Jackson, why didn't you start with number one? Hook us up.
Number one, let's talk about the game one pitching matchup. You
Ooh,
got Blake Snell, who may or may not throw 5 innings. I'm just
dude, the dude threw 8 innings in Milwaukee. Back off.
I know. I said I was joking. I said I was joking.
Yeah.
Hopefully Dave Roberts doesn't pull the last time Blake Snell was in the World Series and pull him too early. But he's against Trey Savage, which I think this is a very interesting game one pitcher for Toronto. I think it's a bit of a gamble. Toronto has some experienced pitchers on their roster, including guys who've pitched in the World Series. They have Max Scherzer, they have Kevin Gossman. They got some guys they're veterans that can pitch. Instead, they're going with a rookie who's got more playoff starts than regular season starts, but who absolutely, tore a lineup like the New York Yankees apart in the
Yeah.
first round of the
Yeah.
playoffs. He wasn't spectacular against Seattle, but I think, he's the type of pitcher that you might want to throw against the lineup against the Dodgers, where a lot of their power is lefty heavy. And he leans on that splitter. Splitters are very, very good against left-handed hitters. Um, yeah, I like it. I think it's going to be a fun pitching matchup, and I think it's going to be whoever can get to the bullpen first kind of might draw, the decisive blow.
Mhm. 100%. 100%. So you're right. Getting to the book. So now that it is 2-3-2 and it's one game, then the next game, day off, game. It's all about the bullpen, and it's all about who can get there first. Dodgers, if you take a lot of pitches, you're going to be good to go. Blake Snell throws a lot of pitches. If you can get into the bullpen by the end of the fifth, into the sixth. Now, here's the wild card. You get into the bullpen, who do you get? Do you get somebody like an Evan Sheehan, who is a typically a starter? You get him for innings 6, 7, and 8, and then Roki for 9. Who knows, right? And
Yeah,
so,
it's going to be interesting if the Blue Jays can get into the Dodgers' actual bullpen. That's not their bulk inning guys, because those guys haven't thrown a lot in the past month.
no, rightfully so. That's why the Dodgers are where they're at. Rightfully
Yeah,
so.
but
Rightfully so.
yeah,
Anyways, yes,
yes, yeah. Savage is the second youngest Game One starting pitcher in World Series history, behind Ralph Branca. Who's Ralph Branca? What's Ralph Branca famous for, Bill?
being Ralph. He was the original Wreck-It Ralph.
I'll give you a hint. He gave up a very important home run in baseball history.
Hmm. I know it wasn't Hank Aaron's home run because that was Al Downey. I give.
Branca gave up the shot heard around the world to
Oh,
Bobby
boo,
Thompson.
boo. I'm a Dodger fan, and you got to bring that up, Jackson. All right, everybody, cut. Hey, it's been a 6.5 minute show, but we're out of here. He's getting called by my Jackson. Pick up your phone. That's the lawyers. Pick up your phone, Jackson. That's the lawyers now. Come on, man. Jackson, rough
But
crowd, rough crowd. I like it.
hey,
I like it.
it's a fun fact, and it's interesting. You see the name Ralph Branca, and most people are like, "Who's that?" In my mind, it's oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Shot her around the world.
yeah. So number two, I'm sorry, number one for me is going to be
You.
video game. Video game. Mr. Hoyt Shohei Ohtani has video game stats in game 4 of the NLCS. The guy hits 3 home runs and strikes out 10. You don't see that unless you're playing like MLB The Show or something like that. I mean, it is absolutely, I mean, even the manager for the Brewers was looking at this going, how do we, how do we do this? Right. So, anyways, that being said, Shohei had a great game. Jackson, what are your thoughts about Shohei's performance in game 4 of the NLCS?
If I was Milwaukee, I would have stopped pitching after he hit a leadoff home run. Honestly, full honesty.
Oh,
Uh, but in the end, it didn't really matter. Milwaukee, hit 118 for the series. Horrendous. Um, they deserve to get swept. That's all I'm going to say.
yeah. Well, I'm going to come back to that sweeping here in a second for
But
my number
but
two.
yeah,
But
but to go back to Shohei, I don't want to take away from what Shohei did. Probably the best game you could have,
yeah,
honestly.
best single performance ever, probably.
Probably. I
Yeah.
mean, there is the perfect game in the World Series by Don Drysdale. That sounds pretty good.
Don Larson.
Don Larson. Why did I say Drysdale? Don Larson.
You
So many
did say
Dons. Too many
Drysdale.
Don. Yeah,
Yeah. You
Don
make fun of
Larson.
my Wreck-It Ralph and you say the wrong Don.
There's too many Dons.
Boo! Jackson. Boo!
I'm sure there's a 30-year period in MLB history where every other guy was named Don or something like
Every other guy was named Don. Come on.
that.
Come on. Anyways, Jackson, what you got for number two, man?
Number two, I think the Blue Jays have a secret weapon. They have a World Series MVP in their lineup who's hitting
Uh,
pretty well,
uh,
and he's gonna hear it from the Dodgers fan, George Springer, who's having a great postseason.
Fastball.
Look, he got like the second most postseason home runs of all time.
Yeah.
He's gonna be. I think he's gonna be the X factor because if the Dodgers can kind of, they got to beat more than one guy. Vladimir Guerrero is
100%.
hitting really well. This Blue Jays lineup is hitting really well, and I think George Springer is a part of it. And he's just kind of doing what he does in the playoffs, which is hit.
Yeah. 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 No, he came up with a big hit the other night. Very bad pitch. The pitch was supposed to be inside. It was center cut, middle, and George didn't miss it. Which in one sense, I was very happy to see the home run for him. In another sense, I mean, it was a bad pitch, but in the other sense, I was very happy because he had injured his knee prior. So it shows that, I mean, I don't, Jackson, I don't know about you, but any team that I'm playing in any series, whether it's the World Series, a playoff series, a 3 game series in May, I want to face your best of your best. I don't want to face your reserve guys and middle. And Georgie didn't miss it.
Yeah, I mean, and he's had a really, really solid career. He's one of those Hall of very good guys.
Yeah,
He's like the
yeah,
perfect guy to have on your roster as a veteran in the World
yeah,
Series.
yeah, yeah,
Honestly.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Okay, Jackson, I'm going to give you a statistic that might blow your mind. Just, I want you to yell out a number, whether it's right or wrong. Okay. I want you to yell out a number. How many innings did the Dodgers' 4 starting pitchers in the NLCS pitch out of the 36 innings? Real quick, just off the top of your head, guess. Don't do math.
29 and a third.
Close. 28 and 2/3. So you're off by 2 outs. Um, but Jackson, you and I have talked on this show ad nauseum all throughout the season about the effectiveness of pitching. When your starting pitching goes 28 and 2/3 innings out of 36 innings, that tells you that you're dominating. They held a very good Brewers offense to 4 runs in 36 innings. That is amazing. If I'm Tyler Glass now, I'm looking at these boys going, how do I top that? I mean, Blake Snell goes 8 innings, gives up what, 4 hits and 1 run. Then Yamamoto says, "Hold my Gatorade. I'm going to pitch a complete game and only give up 1 run." Tyler's like, "Okay, how do I top that? What do I got to give up no runs and go into the 10th and be tied and pitch all 10 innings? What do I got to do?" But that being said, pitching is the key. We've mentioned it on the show ad nauseum. I did not expect the Dodgers to take out the Brewers like they did, but it was the pitching that did it. I mean,
Yeah.
tell me I'm wrong, Jackson.
You're not wrong. Again, I said it, probably way too many times last week, but you can't win ball games scoring 1 run. And that's what Milwaukee deserved to get swept because they scored 1 run in every game. You can't expect to hold the other team scoreless. Not
Yeah.
it's just not feasible.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just not. I mean, when you have 28 and 2/3 innings of, you know, yeah, it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Jackson, before we go on to number 3 and dominant pitching performances and things, let's pay the bills again. Let's re-mention our friends over at the Art Center Gallery in Mission Viejo in Laguna Beach on PCH. If you're in Mission Viejo, you're at the Mission Mall. Go to the Mission Mall, check it out. Life is good. There, all good, everything. If you're going to go and see Todd, say hi to Todd. If you're not at the Mission Mall but you're hungry, you want a shake, you want a good burger, go in and see Ned. Ned's boss is a person named Rachel. So walk in and ask for Ned's boss, Rachel, and say Ned gave you a hard time. Rachel will handle all complaints. She's the head of the complaint department. Jackson, tell me I'm wrong with that.
He is.
Yeah, there you go, Jackson. What you got for number 3, Jackson?
Number 3, I want to talk about just how this series is lining up. So I'm going to give you a stat. This isn't an attack on the Dodgers. It's just very interesting. I don't think it's going to play out this way, uh, just because I think both teams are very good. But the last 4 teams to sweep to play a team that went 7 games have all lost.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Dodgers are a shoe-in to lose, but I think it's going to make the series a lot more competitive than people think.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of online discourse where people are saying Dodgers in 4, Dodgers in 5. That's a ridiculous take. The Toronto Blue Jays are a very, very good team. They were the best team in the American League for a reason. They have a really, really good lineup. They can
Yeah.
pitch, and their bullpen hasn't been good, but it was good during the regular season. So I want people to remember that, as Toronto takes the field, this is a very good ball club.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
and they built it around the homegrown guy, the literal homegrown guy, born in Canada. You know, they signed him as a teenager, gave him $400 million. I think it's fun. I think it's a nice little, storyline to have in the World Series that, Vlad Jr. is the centerpiece of a Canadian team, having been born and raised in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's Um,
So
for you Dodger fans listening to this, you know I bleed blue, but I'm telling you right now, if you think this is going to be a sweep, we are a far cry from that. They have a very dynamic lineup. Now, that being said, not being a homer, I say advantage Dodgers because I just don't think there's a team that can beat the Dodgers in a best of seven series. I just don't think in a best of seven series with the Dodgers pitching staff and the depth and their lineup, Shohei, Marcus Lynn, uh, Freddie Los Dientes, Will Smith, Fresh Prince of LA, Teo. It's really hard. And then Kiki is in October form too. So I think it's hard. But if you think the Dodgers are going to sweep, we're a long way from that. Not saying it can't happen, but there's a long way to go.
yeah, the time off is a bigger deal than people think. I think, especially when your pitching's hot, it throws your pitching off. It's it's routine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and honestly, this is where you're playing a team that you saw three times this year, right? And it's a whole different ball game. Everything is different here. Everything is different. So I'm with you. I'm with you. There's a lot of things that I think need to get adjusted. If you think the Dodgers are going to sweep, well, maybe. I mean, the Dodgers are 9-1 in the playoffs, maybe, but they're still a long way from that.
Yeah, I was going to say the record doesn't matter once you get to the World Series. I want to point that out to people. The Rockies swept their way to the World Series and then got swept in the World Series. It doesn't matter once you get there.
The
You know,
Rockies. How
uh,
dare you compare? No, I'm teasing.
I'm just saying it. Everyone's 0-0. Everyone's batting zero. It's a tie game.
Yeah,
That first bit. So it
2000%. 2000%. Um, okay, so history plays into a lot of things, right? Um, Obviously, the Toronto Blue Jays have not been back to the World Series since 1993. And so,
despite their best efforts at spending money, honestly.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Despite the best efforts, uh, you're looking at 32 years. Uh, they went back to back. The next team to go back to back after them was the Yankees in 98, 99, and 2000. And then the next team is who knows? Maybe the Dodgers. We don't know. The last time the Dodgers won a World Series on their home field was 1963. And the Dodgers have never played in a World Series as a defending champion. So, um, do any of those key factors play into it? Does history have a tendency to repeat itself? Who knows? Um, both. If you look at the Blue Jays, the only two times they've been in the World Series, they've won it. The last time the Dodgers were in it, they won it. The last time before that, they were in the World Series, they won it. The two times before that, they did not. So, you just never know. I think what gives an advantage to Toronto, and then what gives an advantage to the Dodgers. What gives an advantage to Toronto is somebody like George Springer, who's been there, done it. A couple of guys with experience, Max Scherzer, right? A few guys that have experience in the big game settings. Some of the younger kids that these guys have, it might be less advantageous for them. Whereas with the Dodgers, most of their team was there last season, and it's big game form, and people are used to it. So for guys like Freddie, for guys like Mookie, for guys like Shohei, maybe not Shohei, but coming over, well, maybe Shohei, but for a lot of these guys, Teoscar, Kiki, it's just another game. So what the Dodgers need to do is they need to take game one and move the momentum back to LA. What Toronto needs to do is Toronto honestly needs to sweep both games in Toronto. You cannot let the firepower of the Dodgers get you early. So, because
I think if
history
you go
repeats
back
itself,
to
yes,
LA, I think you go back to LA 1-1, you feel feeling pretty good if you're Toronto.
100%, 100%. But
Just gotta draw blood if you're Toronto. I think that's the objective in the first two games.
yes, yes, but you've got to, but then you've got to deal with the LA crowd and the LA mystique and everything like that. So, Yeah. If you're Toronto, 1-1's good. Better is 2-0. You don't want to be down 0-2.
I think Toronto's used to the crowd. They play in a division with the Yankees. The Yankees fans hate the Toronto Blue Jays. So I don't think the hostile environment's going to affect them that much.
Not as much as you would think. Until the Yankees lose. Until that, we didn't have
Yeah.
as much brutality
Well,
going on between the two. But
I don't know. I living out here on the East Coast, every Yankees fan I talk to, the team they despise right after the Red Sox is the Toronto Blue Jays. Like I
yeah,
can't explain it to you.
the Yankees lose.
Yes, but you know, I don't know if you've seen that. David Ortiz has been welcoming every team to Cancun.
Yeah,
Has been his
yeah.
his bit.
He grabs
Pretty
the
good.
helmet. Come join me, Cancun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when Jeter grabbed the tequila. This is the problem.
Yeah.
This
I
is
was
the
gonna
problem.
say, so Big Poppy, you can fly me to Cancun if you want.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Just saying.
Private jet, Big Poppy. All right, Jackson, do you have any honorable mentions as we wrap up?
Honorable mentions, another guy to watch in this World Series who's having a really good postseason is Ernie Clement for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's hitting
Hmm.
429. He's got 18 hits in the postseason, 10 runs scored. He has like two strikeouts. He's only
Yeah.
struck out twice. And I
Homie's
think
good.
that
Homie's
I'm
really
just going
good.
to tack that on at the end. The honorable mention is this Toronto team does not strike out.
No.
They're really good at not striking out. Like Milwaukee was good at not striking out. This Toronto team's even better, probably. And I think that's going to be really good. You know, a good matchup against the Dodgers pitchers who kind of thrive on the strikeouts. Guys like Blake Snell and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I think they can get to these guys because they do not chase.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That is very, very true. And
So
I mean,
that's going to be the thing to watch. Game one and game two, the
yep,
chase
yep,
rate.
100%. 100%. I completely agree with you. Um, Honorable mentions on my side. I hats off to Seattle for giving it the college try times three. I mean, they literally
Geez,
were
what a
what?
series.
They literally were what was it, 7 outs away from going to the World Series, and then Georgie came up. Um, Seattle, Seattle will be a force to be reckoned with. I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not saying this is true, but I am saying that it's a very real possibility that we could see Seattle win that division again next year, with the Astros maybe taking a step back, Oakland taking a little bit of a step forward, the Rangers taking a little bit of step forward, the Angels, who knows what they're doing? Don't know yet, but you might see it more often.
Yeah, I think Seattle's probably one of the best setup teams in the majors. They got a young core.
Yeah,
You know, they got plenty of room, the wiggle room for the money. They got some good top prospects that they can either trade for good players or develop. They're good at developing talent. So Seattle, that was a heck of a series.
yeah,
But we'll see him back in the playoff. I think we'll see him deep in the playoffs in the next couple of years here.
yeah, yeah. It was hard to watch because to me, I was talking to Mikey about this and see if you agree with me or disagree with me on this because you're a stats guy. I wanted Seattle, like I wanted Toronto and Seattle to win. It would have been awesome, but Seattle was the better pitching club. Toronto is the better hitting club. I mean, I just like Seattle's pitching better than I liked
I,
Toronto.
I I agree with that. I think Seattle probably has the best overall staff in the major leagues. As
Yeah,
weird as it is to say, people
yeah.
don't think about it, but it's because they play on the West Coast. Nobody watches them. But
Well, listen, they haven't been to the championship series since 2001, right?
yeah,
It's been 24 years since they've been in the championship series. There have been a lot of years that they've missed the playoffs. It is hard to look at Seattle and go, giddy up, right?
yeah.
And
I think the tough part too is their pitching has been good pretty much that whole time.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the crazy thing.
yeah, it is. It is. And it's Seattle was one of those teams for years, and this year it wasn't this way, but for a lot of years they were either really good at pitching games, and they always had good pitching. They were really good at pitching, but they couldn't hit. Or when their pitching went down, their hitting went up, but you can't win when you're giving up 5, 6, 7 runs a night.
No,
So it
yeah,
was just backwards. And I mean, you live and you learn, right?
Yeah, but hey, look, they took the best team in the American League record-wise to 7 games.
Yeah, yeah, they
They
did.
lost a one-run game on the road in Game 7. That's you can be proud of that.
Yeah. Well, it still stings, but you can be proud of it,
Yeah,
right? It it still hurts. Don't get me
that's,
wrong.
that,
It hurts.
I'm not a big believer in quality losses, especially at the professional level, but that's probably as close to a quality loss as you can get.
Yeah, about as close as you can get. Close as you can get. All right, Jackson, it is coming on winter weather. First of all, a couple things you need to know. Number one, go to topfanrivalry.com, click right there on the homepage, join the clubhouse. It is free to join. You will have access to everything that we do as far as events. You'll get notified via email, you'll get notified in numbers of different ways. It'll be awesome. Plus, we have stuff back there that's a lot of fun. Number two, it's hoodie weather. We are working on getting our pre-orders set up. Hopefully, we'll have them in the next week to 10 days. But you don't pay full price. You use a code. What code do you use? Jackson, tell me.
Use code Jackson, save yourself on a hoodie, get a hoodie. It is freezing here in Pennsylvania. I am so cold. It is in the mid to low 30s every single night. Get yourself a hoodie, stay warm.
Yeah, 1000%. Stay warm. Get yourself warm. So, Jackson, next week we're going to do this, and there's a very good chance that we're going to be live on YouTube, live on X, and live on Facebook all at the same time, Jackson. So, I mean, who knows who will be watching us? People might be looking at us going, "Don't know if I like these guys. Don't know if I like these guys," which is fine,
It's
Jackson. It's
fine.
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. And Jackson, just so that you know, to get it on record. Yours truly cut himself back-to-back days shaving. So the goatee, though it's been here for a couple of weeks, it started growing right before the playoffs. And since the Dodgers are 9-1, this bad boy ain't going anywhere until the World Series is over. Right? Superstition, got to keep it
But so
going.
so when they drop a game in the World Series, it's coming up.
Uh-uh. When the World Series is over, it's coming off. Hopefully, I'm celebrating as I'm shaving. Hey! But I might not be. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who
That's the best
knows?
part about baseball. Who knows?
Exactly, exactly. Jackson, thanks so much for the effort. Top Fan Rivalry family, we love you. We appreciate you. Go to topfanrivalry.com. Make sure that you, a couple things, make sure that if you listen to podcasts, go to Spotify. If you listen, especially on Spotify, go to Spotify, hit notifications, hit subscribe. It's free. We want you to be notified when we have different podcasts. We got great week planned next week in podcast world. So, Jackson, let's not forget about it. Let's have a good time, right?
Yeah.
Till next week. Jackson,
Till
two
next week.
words. Go
Baseball.
Utters. There we go. Everybody enjoy your week. We'll see you next week.